will be replaced. They won't find a trace of you anywhere or any place.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid.
Doon tayo? Diyan tayo?
Surround yourself with open minds.
Ay, dito lang ay. Sarap.
Friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life.
So, nandito po kami ngayon sa Innisfil Beach, guys. So, explore natin tong lugar. Makita nyo naman tong beach dito sa malapit sa Barrie. So, ito yung Innisfil.
A picnic is a meal taken outdoors al fresco as part of an excursion, especially in scenic surroundings, such as a park, lakeside, or other place affording an interesting view, or else in conjunction with a public event, such as preceding an open-air theater performance. And usually in summer or spring, it is different from other meals because it requires free time to leave home. 2. Historically, in Europe, the idea of a meal that was jointly contributed to and enjoyed out of doors was essential to picnic from the early 19th century. 3. Picnickers like to sit on the ground on a rug or blanket. Two picnics can be informal with throwaway plates or formal with silver cutlery and crystal wine glasses. Tables and chairs may be used, but this is less common. Two outdoor games or other forms of entertainment are common at large picnics. In public parks, a picnic area generally includes picnic tables and possibly built-in barbecue grills, water faucets taps, garbage rubbish containers, restrooms toilets, and gazebos shelters. Some picnics are a potluck, where each person contributes a dish for all to share. The food eaten is rarely hot, instead taking the form of sandwiches, finger food, fresh fruit, salad, and cold meats. It can be accompanied by chilled wine, champagne, or soft drinks. Etymology: a picnic party assembling in Columbus, Ohio, c. 1950. The word comes from the French pique-nique, for. However, it may also have been borrowed from the German word picnic, 5, which was itself borrowed from French. 6. The earliest English citation is in 1748 from Lord Chesterfield Philip Stanhope, 4th Earl of Chesterfield, who associate a pic-nic with card playing, drinking, and conversation. Around 1800, Cornelia Knight spelled the word as pique-nique in describing her travels in France. 5. According to some dictionaries, the French word pique-nique is based on the verb piquer, which means pick, peck, or nab, and the rhyming addition nique, which means thing of little importance, bagatelle, trifle. 789. It first appears in 1649 in an anonymous broadside of burlesque verse called Les Charmants Effects des Barricades. L'Amidi, Durable de la Compagnie, des Farés Bachiques de Pique-Nique. End verse burlesque the lasting friendship of the band of brothers of the Bacchic picnic. The satire describes Brother Pique-Nique, who, during the Civil War known as the Fronde, attacks his food with gusto instead of his enemies. Bacchus was the Roman god of wine, a reference to the drunken antics of the gourmand musketeers. By 1694, the word was listed in Gilles M. Nage's Dictionnaire Etymologique, Origines de la langue française, with the meaning of a shared meal, with each guest paying for himself, but with no reference to eating outdoors. 2. It reached the Dictionnaire de l'Académie Française in 1840 with the same meaning. In English, picnic began to refer to an outdoor meal only at the beginning of the 19th century. 2. Historien picnic by François Lemay. 1723. The practice of an elegant meal eaten out of doors, rather than an agricultural worker's midday meal in a field, was connected with respite from hunting from the Middle Ages. The excuse for the pleasurable outing of 1723 in François Lemoyne's painting illustration is still offered in the context of a hunt. In it, a white cloth can be seen, and on it, wine, bread, and roast chicken. 2. While these outdoors meals could be called picnics, there are, according to Levy, reasons not to do so. The English, he claims, left the hunter's meal unnamed until after 1806, when they began calling almost any al fresco meal a picnic. To the French, Levy goes on to say, refrained from calling anything outdoors a pique-nique until the English virtually made the word their own, and only afterwards did they acknowledge that a picnic might be enjoyed outdoors instead of indoors. 2. Pique-nique société. French Revolution popularized the pic. French aristocrats fled to other Western countries, bringing their picnicking traditions with them. 11. In 1802, a fashionable group of over 200 aristocratic Londoners formed the Pique-nique Society. The members were Francophiles, or may have been French. 12. Who flaunted their love for all things French when the wars with France lulled between 1801 and 1802. Food historian Polly Russell, however, suggests that the Pique-nique Society lasted until 1850-12. The group's intent was to offer theatrical entertainments and lavish meals, followed by gambling. 2 members met in hired rooms in Tottenham Street. There was no kitchen, so all food had to be made elsewhere. Each member was expected to provide a share of the entertainment and of the refreshments, with no one particular host. 2 Victorian feasters. Beaton's picnic menus in her book of Household Management of 1861 are lavish and extravagant. According to Claudia Roden, She lists Beaton's bill of fare for 40 persons in her own book: picnics and other outdoor feasts, a joint of cold roast beef, a joint of cold boiled beef, 2 ribs of lamb, 2 shoulders of lamb, 4 roast fowls, 2 roast ducks, 1 ham, 1 tongue, 2 veal and ham pies, 2 pigeon pies, 6 medium-sized lobsters, 1 piece of collared cow's head, 18 lettuces, 6 baskets of salad, 6 cucumbers, stewed fruit well sweetened and put into glass bottles well corked, 3 or 4 dozen plain pastry biscuits to eat with the stewed fruit, 2 dozen fruit turnovers, 4 dozen cheesecakes, 2 cold cabinet puddings and molds, a few jam puffs, 1 large cold Christmas pudding. This must be good. A few baskets of fresh fruit, 3 dozen plain biscuits, a piece of cheese, 6 ounces of butter. This of course includes the butter. 14, 4 quartern loaves of household bread, 3 dozen rolls, 6 loaves of tin bread. 14, 2 plain plum cakes, 2 pounds cakes, 2 sponge cakes, a tin of mixed biscuits. Coffee is not suitable for a picnic, being difficult to make. 13 political picnics. The image of picnics as a peaceful social activity can be used for political protest. In this context, a picnic functions as a temporary occupation of significant public territory. A famous example is the Pan-European picnic held on both sides of the Hungarian or Austrian border on August 19, 1989, as part of the struggle towards German reunification. This mass meal led indirectly to the collapse of the Soviet Union. On Bastille Day 2000, as a millennium celebration, France created L'Incroyable Pique-Nique, the Incredible Picnic, which stretched 1,000 kilometers from the English Channel to the Mediterranean, along the Meridienne Verte. 14-15 church picnics. Various religious denominations host annual church picnics for their congregation and local community. These picnics traditionally take place from August to mid-October, when church members and the community socialize over food, conversation, and games. 16 in 1937. The Congregational Church of New York hosted 2000 for its 41st annual event. 17 American psychologist and newspaper columnist Dr. George W. Crane once wrote that Christ held the first church picnic when he asked his disciples to feed the 5,000 who gathered to hear him speak. 18 types of contemporary picnic food. Contemporary picnics for many people involve simple food. In the Oxford Companion to Food, Alan Davidson offers hard-boiled eggs, sandwiches, and pieces of cold chicken as good examples. 19. In America, food writer Walter Levy suggests that a picnic menu might include cold fried chicken, deviled eggs, sandwiches, cakes, and sweets, cold sodas, and hot coffee. 2 picnics are traditionally eaten at Glyndebourne Opera during the interval, and Rodin proposes a champagne menu, as made by the Argentinian pianist Alberto Porches: mousse de caviar, chaudfroid de canard, tomatoes farfis, and peaches, aux fraises, caviari mousse, cold duck, stuffed tomatoes, and peaches, and strawberries. 13 activities. A game of softball at a company picnic in the United States. 1974. In the mid-19th century, picnic games were organized by charities in the U.S. to raise funds. In the 1880s, companies started to sponsor such picnic events for publicity and to gain the favor of their employees. 20. The black community was segregated at this time, but to gain respectability, games such as baseball were organized by black politicians at picnics in municipal parks and fairgrounds. 21 games played at a picnic may use the food which has been brought. Heavy food, such as a watermelon, may be used in a relay race, which also serves the purpose of transport the food to the eating area. After it is consumed, the seed or stones of fruit, like cherries, may be used for a spitting contest, game, or marbles. 22. If a large crowd is expected for picnic, because it is a community event, then some organization will be required. A schedule of events will be drawn up and events will be organized for different levels of ability and types of participant. Men, women, adults, and children. Handbills, notices, and tickets may be used to publicize and administer the events. 23.